I'll show you why your business has stopped growing, even if you're already successful. So the problem is, I find a lot of people aren't aware. So when business owners come to me and they're saying, I feel stuck, I've already got the success, what's wrong? I can't quite put my finger on it. It really starts with awareness. Are you aware of what's going on inside of you and outside of you? So I'll find a lot of people, they're too focused on only what's happening outside of them. Whereas when you realize it's an internal game, business really is a spiritual game, it's an internal game, and that reflects onto your external environment, then you start to notice these levers or drivers that push everything in your life forwards. So my promise in this video is to show you the only 12 drivers I focus on, nothing else, to help me push myself and my business forward. It's not just about your business, it's also about yourself. Your business, your life is a reflection of you. This is why I'm obsessed with leadership and personal growth, because your business can only grow as much as you can. Okay? And if you find your business is stuck, it's a reflection of you. You really have to get aware and look at yourself and ask yourself the question, where do I need to grow? So how did I come up with these 12 different drivers? So the internal drivers and the external drivers. Personally, the internal one started when I had a panic attack. At 25 years old, doing a job I hated, really got me obsessed with personal development and really getting aware as to why I had that panic attack. What was I focusing on? What did I feel like I didn't have? What emotions was I experiencing? And what was my energy like? So that's kind of what drove me to come up with the 4 drivers for my personal system. Plus doing a ton of Tony Robbins events, learning from enlightened gurus, and just really understanding what's going on inside. And then when it came up to coming up with my 8 external drivers for business, it was from doing lots of different business programs and also in our own businesses, trying to do everything myself, thinking I had to do all the different departments, I had to put tons of hours in, which I still do, by the way, because I love doing it. But if you really want to grow, you'll realize you need to build a strong team. And so I did a lot of different business programs where I saw different frameworks. There's 6 drivers or 12 drivers. The most common one I saw was 7 in the E-Myth business coaching I did, and business coaching with Tony Robbins and a few other mentors. And I came up with my own 8. So I took one of those 7 driver frameworks and I added an 8th metric onto there. So I'm going to show you my 8 driver framework. That's what I focus on, and I love it because it's so simple. I really don't have to think. Everything just slots into place. Everything is so aligned. So a lot of people that I speak to who say, I'm already successful, but I can't quite put my finger on it, it's not you. Anyone watching this video where you're already successful, it's not you, okay? You are not the problem in your business. You don't need another strategy, another person to come help you. The answers are within you, and it's all down to you becoming more aware, really awakening your true potential, okay, and then moving towards that. Whereas if you're too dependent on things outside of you, then you're going to keep on chasing all the time. You've already got everything you need inside of you, okay? So you are not the problem. You are enough. You are enough. You're doing enough. You have enough. You just need to realize that and become aware of that. Then everything comes to you effortlessly. So what do you have to do to implement these 12 daily drivers into your life? Let me talk to you about the different disciplines that I have, where for those 4 internal drivers, it's a daily practice that I do all the time. And then for the 8 external drivers in my business, that's like a weekly practice, okay? So let me first talk about the internal drivers. So my internal driver system is called my AERO Incantation System. If you watch any of my previous videos, I've talked about this. And then my external system is called my Seven-Figure Simplifier system, okay? So the AERO Incantation System, that has 4 drivers in it. And then my Seven-Figure Simplifier business system, that has 8 drivers in it, okay? Total 12, only 12 things I focus on all the time. I like to keep things simple because then it's very easy to move forwards. Otherwise you get too stuck inside your head. And so my 4 internal drivers, that's really based on satisfying my thoughts, my feelings, my actions, and things that I have. So thinking, feeling, doing, having, okay? And there's 4 practices I do all the time. The first is relaxation. Okay, so this is with regards to your thoughts, okay? The way I see your thoughts, it's light. It's just pure light. And you need to relax. This is number 1 thing I teach people all the time. You have to relax if you're going to receive from the world around you. If you're not relaxed, then you're just going to be fighting all the time. You're holding on to things too much. So first thing is relaxation. Next thing is selfless contribution. If you find you're apathetic and you're not taking any action, then selfless contribution is going to get you out of that laziness and apathy because you're thinking too much about yourself. Okay, so that's the second driver for my personal framework. Then the third driver is forgiveness. So if you find that you're sad, you get depressed, getting very emotional, you've got to let go of the past. Okay, you've got to forgive. Not just other people, because if you feel like you need to forgive other people, guess what? You need to forgive yourself because you're having bad thoughts and emotions about those other people that you feel you need to forgive. So forgiveness starts with yourself. So forgive yourself and forgive other people for any bad thoughts, emotions, or things that have happened. That's the third driver. Then the fourth and final driver personally is gratitude. Okay? You've got to be grateful for everything that you have around you. Once you're grateful for everything you have around you, then you have so much. There's so much in abundance around you. And those are the four things I practice every day. It sounds ridiculously simple, but that's how I keep my thoughts, my energy, my emotions, and my physicality in check. For my thoughts, it's just relaxation, just pure light. For my energy, it's selfless contribution. So I'm just constantly active all the time. For my emotions, it's forgiveness. So I'm just so loving on the inside, forgiving all the time, not holding on to anything. And then for having, it's gratitude. I just have so much in abundance. Even if I don't have it yet, I can see it. Whether it's in front of me or a bit further away from me, it's there, it exists. And by relaxing, selflessly contributing, forgiving myself and others, and just being grateful for it, it comes towards me. My AERO Incantation System, it really is beautiful. I haven't seen many other people come up with a system like this, that's this simple. So I highly recommend you to click on the link in my video and you can learn how to do it yourself. And then we've got my Seven-Figure Simplifier system. Okay, I've helped myself and other business owners reach 7 figures and beyond. Even a few people reach 8 figures. So the 8 drivers I focus on in my business is the first thing is systems. Okay, so having like a project management software where every goal that you have a process on how to achieve that. Whether it's in your marketing, your sales, your delivery to your clients, you've got a process for everything. Okay, that's one of the first deliverables I do for myself and also for my clients. Having like a project management software, a manual, a company handbook, we've got all these processes written out on how to do things. The second deliverable, okay, is having your financials in order. So having a profit and loss, cash flow statement, and balance sheet, okay, your financial documents. The P&L especially is really important. That's how I do all my goal setting, whether it's in my business or in my personal life. Just take the income from your P&L, that's the goal. And then the expenses is like, what's the output? What do you have to put in to get it? Having a P&L statement. So each line item that you want, there's like a cost to it, whether that's a monetary cost or an energetic cost or any other kind of cost you can think to achieve that result. Then the third deliverable is having an organization chart. Okay, so you can't do this by yourself. You need to have an org chart of where you're at, where you want to go, and then fill in the positions. Not names of people, but roles. CEO, CFO, COO, CBO, which is Chief Branding Officer, senior management, middle management, lower level employees. You need to have this full org chart. So you've got a team there. That's the third deliverable. The fourth deliverable is having a CRM, Customer Relationship Management Database. So I have mine connected to my WhatsApp using automation, and then all the people I'm talking to, I categorize them, whether it's personal contacts, business contacts, and within those personal and business contacts, I have more categorizations. So I'm constantly moving people through kind of like ascension funnels, if you like, in terms of order of importance to me. So of course my family will be the most important, and then my clients will be the most important. And if other people want to get into my ecosystem, you know, we have to chat and see if we are aligned. So that's the fourth deliverable. The fifth deliverable is my calendar. So whether it's having good customer experiences for others or for myself, it's having my calendar packed with all these fun activities that I want to do. Not packing it with activities that I have to do, activities that I want to do. I make it fun because you're not going to be able to sustain it if it's not fun. Okay? The sixth deliverable is having a metrics dashboard. This has a lot to do with identity and being a CEO. There's different mottos for different roles in your business, whether you're an artist, a manager, an entrepreneur, or an investor. This is more about being a CEO, where you measure results and then change activities. Like if you don't want to grow a business and get quite big, you just need data. A lot of data will help you make better decisions the more your organization chart grows. Whereas if you're small, you want your metrics dashboard to be very small and have very few data points. Otherwise, because you're by yourself and we only have 1 or 2 employees, you're going to get overwhelmed. So that's the sixth driver that I follow. The seventh driver is your environments. So i.e. your social media, getting yourself branded on your LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and even your office or your room. You can see I've done up my room here. You know, I've got all the screens behind me and my gadgets and stuff, just so I give the right impression. And also I'm absorbing that energy. I give the right impression to other people, whether it's in my personal environments or my social media environments where I'm attracting people towards me. So you want branded environments, whether online or in person. And then the eighth and final deliverable is having a sales funnel. It's like a sales process, whether that's a website funnel, maybe if you're more kind of a brick and mortar business, like our engineering consultancy, you have like a 2 or 4-step sales process. You need to understand your, not just sales funnel, but it's a communication funnel. How are you communicating with your prospect? Okay? So let me sum up those 8 different deliverables for business, because it might be a bit overwhelming with all that information. The first is having like a project management software for your processes. The second is having your financial documents, your P&L, to help with goal setting. The third is an organization chart, so you can get the right people on board, build the right team. The fourth is having a CRM, customer relationship management database, to track all the people, all the stakeholders in your life. The fifth is having your calendar stacked for yourself and your customers, so you're all having a good experience, having fun. The sixth is having a metrics dashboard to track data and then change activities accordingly. The seventh deliverable or driver is to have branded environments to attract the right people towards you. And the eighth and final deliverable is having a sales funnel or a communications funnel. How you're going to communicate with that prospect to ensure you're getting the same result all the time. So that's it. I can make it quite simple. I've got my relaxation, selfless contribution, gratitude, and forgiveness practices. And I've got my 8 business deliverables that I'm always building on all the time. Trust me, once you do this every day and every week, your life and business is going to just explode. You won't get stuck again because you're constantly just building on this all the time. So I hope you enjoyed that. And if you just want to feel pure bliss on the inside and get guaranteed results in your business based on those 8 deliverables that I talked about, you can either do that yourself, or if you want to skip time, get it done quicker, get in touch with me. At the bottom of this video, there'll be a link to my website. I've actually got this fun little quiz where it'll take you like 2 or 3 minutes. Just enter in a few details about yourself to find out what symptoms you're experiencing in your business, because I've done this with quite a few different business owners, and to see if my process is applicable to you. So it's a fun little quiz to find out where you're stuck at in your business. If you can complete that, get in touch with me. I can share more details about my, my AERO Incantation System and my Seven-Figure Simplifier system. Okay, so please give a like, a thumbs up for the video, subscribe if you haven't already, and I look forward to seeing you in another video. Thanks.